Okay, I want to show you some comparison word problems, actually two-step word problems as well. So first, let's do a comparison word problem. What does it mean to compare? To compare means to see what is same, right? So, for example, if we had a word problem um, that says, let me add one more here. I'm going to say that Makai has 24 crayons, and Nathan has 16 or 6 fewer crayons than Makai. How many crayons does Nathan have? Right? So Makai has 24 crayons and Nathan has 6 fewer crayons. So what does the word fewer mean? So we know that if you see the word fewer or if you see the word how many more, those are clues that you have to use to do subtraction. That's your first clue. So let's first go ahead and draw how many crayons Makai has. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's how many crayons Makai has. Now we know that Nathan has 6 fewer crayons. That means he has less. So who has less? Nathan has less number of crayons. So Nathan has less number of crayons. So I'm going to go ahead and, how many fewer? 6 fewer. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when you count the rest, you will know that many crayons. So this whole thing is Makai's. And when after you cut this much, whatever is left is Nathan's. Right? So let's count that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 crayons. So now if you were to do this in a math mountain, this is what you would do. You would go ahead and draw a math mountain, and of course we know that the total number goes here on the top. That's 24, and we know that Nathan has 6 fewer. So your equation would be 24 take away 6 equals crayons, right? So 24 take away 6. Let's do that. 24 take away 6. So you can do so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, if you have 4 cookies, you cannot give anyone 6 cookies. So you're going to go next door, borrow 10 more. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's 14 cookies now. Let me use a different color pen so you know that's 14 cookies. So let's take away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you have 8 left. And then of course you are given 10 here, so you have 1 left here, and then you bring that down, and that's 18 crayons. So that's one way to do it. Now let me show you another way using a comparison bar. Of course, the math mountain and everything stays the same. So when you use the comparison bar, let's say I'm going to draw Mackay's crayons in red. So that's, oops. So Mackay has 24 crayons. That's his comparison bar. And now we know that Nathan has 6 fewer. So let's change the color here. Let's change it to green. So Nathan has 6 fewer crayons. So he has this many crayons and that's 6 fewer. So let's draw a box here. So this is 24. Mackay has 24. Nathan has 6 fewer. So we need to find this part. We need to find how many does Nathan have. This part, right? So again, we would go ahead and draw the math mountain. 24, take away 6. And then you would write the equation and then fill it out and then do the math however you want. You want to do the dots, you want to do 24 take away 6. So you will have to break this down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. Then cross out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then count the rest, and then 18. You could do that. You can use that strategy as well. So that's your comparison word problem. Now let's do some more. I'm going to model some more word problems for you. And the reason that I want to keep teaching this word problems is because it's one of your IEP goals. Most of you have IEP goals to do math problems that has word problems with addition and subtraction. And even if you don't have this as a goal, uh, it's good to practice word problems, because when you go to 3rd grade and 4th grade, you're going to have a lot of word problems coming your way. All right, let's go ahead and do these two. Let me show you here. I just want to get some lot of space so that we could use this for there you go. Stephen has 48 crayons, but 17 of them were broken. He threw away the broken crayons, then bought a box of 25 new crayons. How many crayons does Stephen have now? So I want to use the 3 acts or 3 read strategy. So the first read is you are going to listen to the problem, right? First read. In your second read, you're going to see the problem and read it with me. So this is I do, that means your teacher does. Or, if your teacher doesn't do it, the computer can read to you too. So the teacher's work, this is your work, you do, and not you, we are going to do. Both you and I are going to do it together. And the last part, third read, we're going to discuss about what is the question, right? We are going to be thinking. That's your thinking bubble, right? So you're going to be thinking about the question. So Stephen had 48 crayons, but 17 of them were broken. So are you making a movie in your head? Stephen has 48 crayons, 17 of them are broken. He threw away the broken crayons, then bought a box of 25 new crayons. How many crayons does Stephen have? Now, this is tricky because it's not one step problem. This is multiple step word problems. That means you have more numbers. You have to first do one step figure out what to do with that, and then you have to decide what you do next. So to not your answer will you will get the answer only if you do more than one step. If the question was Stephen had 48 crayons and he threw 17 of them away, how many crayons are left? You can just go ahead and do add or subtract and be done with it. Now you have another number 28 and you need to figure out something. So let's go ahead and use our the steps in there, and then let's think about it. Okay, let's now, since we read it twice, I'm going to ask you to think about the problem. Okay, let's do the step 1 first. So for that, I am going to insert a table. All right, so let's do first read, second read, third read, and then this will be our step 1. Okay, what's happening in the first read? Let's talk about who, what, and in our second read, let's talk about the start, change, and results. And in the third read, we are going to think about the question. Okay, let's first, so who are we talking about? Stephen. What is he doing? What is he buying, or what is he what are we talking about in the first step? Now I want you to know that we are talking about our first step here, only this part. Okay, so Stephen has 48. So Stephen has how many crayons? 48 to start with. No, we are talking about crayons here. And he has to start with 48. And then what happened next? The change is 17 broke. Now we need to find out how many crayons. Though it doesn't say here how many, the question is not there. How many does he have? But you have to understand that if you want to find out how many crayons he have in the second step, we need to know what to do with this step, right? So the result is 48 crayons to begin with, and 17 is broken, and we need to find out what's the result. Now, what is the question here? So the question is not given there. You need to find out how many crayons does Stephen have left, right? That's our question. So what should we do about that? What are we going to do in that question now? So now you're going to go ahead and draw your math mountain, write the equation, and then we are going to solve the problem. Okay, so the math mountain is, he had 48 crayons and then 17 was broken. Now how many do you have left? So this is your math mountain, and go ahead and do your equation. Write your equation. So 48 take away 17 equals something, and you have to tell me what crayon, what is the label. So as I've told you a strategy, go ahead and underline many, circle the word next to many crayons. Almost every time this is right, so that would be your label. But anyway, so now we have to do the calculation. 48 take away 17. 48 take away 17. This is the ones place, tens place. So 8 take away 7. You could do the dots, or you could do 8 in the mind, 7 in your fingers. Before 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 4 take away 1 is 3. So that's 31 crayons. Okay. So that's your answer now. Remember, we are not done with this two-step problems. This is the first step. Okay, you're done with the first step. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Actually, let me type here. The result is 31 crayons. Okay, we got that. And then I'm going to highlight this too. Okay, that's our first step answer, right? All right. Let me go ahead and erase this part. So we are done with the first step, but we are not done answering the problem yet. So we need to go ahead and make a second step. So I'm going to create another table. This is step 2. Now, when we create another table, we have to understand we have to take the result from the 31 crayons. So now now he has here. I'm going to add now he has 31 crayons. Then he bought a box of 25 new crayons. So he has 31, and then then he bought some more. So the first step for the first read for the second step would be Stephen has 31 crayons. So you have to think of this as your another new problem. Okay, instead of he, I can even change this to Stephen. Now remember, you are going to do all this in your head. When you're doing this problem, these words will not be given to you, but you have to make a movie in your head and think of it as a second step. Now Stephen has 31 crayons. Then he bought a box of 25 crayons. How many crayons does Stephen have now? So who Stephen, what crayons, and what is the start here? This 31 and change. The new change is 25. The new start is 31. The change is 25. And what's the results? So what do you need to find here? How many crayons does Stephen have now? So he already has 31, and then he bought 25 more. So the word more is not there. The word how many does Stephen have now doesn't say how many he has in all, but it says how many he has now. But if you make a drawing or a movie in your head, imagine Stephen having 31 crayons, and then he buys a box of 25 more. And then now he would have he would join both these crayons, and then that's how you will both these the leftover crayons and the new crayons, you'll join all of them, and that's how you'll know how much he has now. So the third read question would be, how many crayons does Stephen have in all? Though it doesn't say in all, that's what we know that's what the question is about, right? So let's go ahead and do this problem. Now you have to do the math mountain. He has 31 and then 25. So how would you find what's the equation here? 31 plus 25 equals, because these two are part whole, right? The math mountain shows you the part whole. Okay. Now you're going to add 31 plus 25 is what? So 5 in the mind, 1 in the finger. After 5, because it's a plus, you're going to say after 5, it's 6. 3 in the mind, 2 in the fingers. After 3, 4, 5. So 56 crayons. So that's your answer. You write 56 here. And you know that many, circle the word crayons. that gives you the label, right? Okay. This is a problem that I modeled, and I'm going to assign some word problems for you to do, and I will share this document with you so you have a model. And then I will see you again and maybe send some more videos for you to catch up. Okay?